This weekend, F1 heads to Miami for the 5th Grand Prix of the season. In this video, we will look at the top 5 things to watch for at this year's Grand Prix. Let's get started. Circuit overview. Like Baku, Miami is one of the few street circuits on the calendar and the newest one. The inaugural race was held last year. Red Bull's Verstappen was the race winner, with Ferrari's Leclerc and Sainz rounding out the podium. The temporary street circuit is located north of Miami around the Hard Rock Stadium in the city of Miami Gardens. The stadium is also home to the Miami Dolphins. It is the 11th American venue to host an F1 race since the 1950s. The circuit is 5.4 kilometers long and has a race distance of 308.3 kilometers. Average speeds during the race clock in at 223 kilometers per hour or 138 miles per hour. At present, there are 57 laps. The track features 19 turns and elevation changes between turns 13 and 16. Like Baku, it is a counterclockwise circuit. There are 3 DRS zones, therefore there should be many opportunities for overtaking. Apex Circuit Design, a British motorsport engineering consultancy company, designed the circuit layout. Previously, they redesigned turns 10 to 15 on the Singapore circuit. Here in Miami, they experimented with 36 different layouts before settling on the current one. The Miami circuit lies on private grounds of the Hard Rock Stadium, but also crosses public roads like the Florida Turnpike, which are obviously closed off for the race. Turns 15 and 16 are beneath the Turnpike overpass. Miami is the first street circuit to be located in a city with a predominantly African American population. Through its We Race as One initiative, Formula One hopes to improve equality by investing in infrastructure and economy in communities around the world. What to watch for? The first 4 Grand Prix of the season have been split between Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez. Verstappen is currently 6 points ahead of Perez in the standings, 93 to 87. At this point, you can safely say that street circuits are Perez's strength. 4 out of his 6 wins in Formula One have been on street circuits. He outqualified Verstappen 6 out of 10 times on street circuits since they started racing together at Red Bull. He also became the first 2-time winner in Baku. There's already talk that Perez could be a potential world title contender this year. Will Miami be the weekend where he finally takes the lead in the standings? He'll be looking to improve upon his 4th place qualifying and race result from last year. Ferrari are on the rebound after Leclerc scored the team's first podium finish in Baku. In last year's Miami Grand Prix, Ferrari scored a double podium and started the race 1-2. Expectations are high in the Miami Grand Prix for the prancing horse. Sainz and Leclerc are currently 5th and 6th in the driver's standings with 34 and 28 points respectively. They're knocking on Aston Martin's door, who got off to a stellar start and currently sits 2nd in the constructor's standings. Though Alonso failed to get a podium in Baku, the team had another strong weekend, 4th and 7th place. It'll be interesting to see the competition between Mercedes, Ferrari, and Aston Martin at the Miami Grand Prix. Mercedes are still fending off questions about their car design. Though not as competitive as during the turbo hybrid era, so far they're 3rd in the constructor's standings with 76 points, 11 behind Aston Martin. Mercedes do have upgrades planned, but it won't be for this race. They plan to release these upgrades at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix at Imola. McLaren, the legendary F1 team, has had less than a promising start to the year, failing to score points in the first 2 races. They got back on track in Australia with 2 top 10 places, 6th for Norris and 8th for Piastri. They followed it up with a solid weekend in Baku, a top 10 qualifying finish for both drivers. Piastri scored 10th place in the sprint race and Norris captured 7th place in the Grand Prix. McLaren are currently 5th in the constructor's standings with 14 points. Will they be able to build on these results this weekend? It's hard to tell, but fans all around the world are hoping that they do so. The Miami Grand Prix will take place on Sunday, May 7th. Hope this video helped you get ready for the 2023 Miami Grand Prix. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like this video and consider subscribing to the channel for more great Formula One content.